Oh yeah. What's going on there, YouTube?
That sounds really good. These microphones and stuff, it just sounds a lot better. Welcome guys to another episode of the Whole Ass Show. I'm Left Cheek, aka Dustin,
I'm Right Cheek, aka Kevin.
and even though the YouTube title name is a little different, we're still the same.
Yep.
We're trying something out. We're trying to see if because I would cross reference through quite a few different AI models. Even though I know this video is probably not gonna get that many views, but maybe it'll be because of our title name,
Our channel name.
channel name. AI seems to think that it's stopping us from not being put up in the algorithm. So we're gonna try something else out. On tonight, this evening, we're gonna be listening to Morgan Wallen.
His favorite.
Yeah, one of my favorites. But yeah, thank you. Okay, hold your applause, please, till the end. Just like Morgan Wallen, we got better too. We got better audio, in our opinion. Where he's doing things better, differently than what he's been stuck doing for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time for me to make a change up too. But without further ado, this song has some sentimental meaning to me because it reminds me of someone that's dear to me, and I wish that they would just. They really like this song too, and I wish that they would just realize how much better they've gotten. That's all I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna leave it at. They might see this video. But without further ado,
What is
we're gonna do what we do.
what's it called?
Morgan Wallen, I got better.
All right.
And this time it's an actual music video.
Oh, nice. Nice. Okay. Let's roll.
And any given time, if you want to pause it, go ahead.
Hold up.
What?
This isn't going to be a Cody Johnson situation, is it?
No,
Okay.
no.
All right. That's all. That's all I needed.
I wouldn't give you a heads up if it was.
All right. That's all I needed. All right. All right. Let's continue.
All right.
Everything's still pretty much the same round here. The neighbor's still shooting all the next year's due. Boys still lose unless they're playing at home. But I got better since you got gone.
Don't get.
I'm still a few too many on a Friday night. Still try to step in when it ain't my fight. Yeah, I'm still me, don't get me wrong. But I got better since you got gone. Swear it was like I'll be damned. I'm finally back to being who I am. When we were over, it was overnight. Light came on, it all felt right. When it all went wrong, you turned me loose. Wasn't no telling who I turned into. But it turns out me and you together's why it took so long. Cause I got better since you got gone.
I got roughed up.
For a little while there, you had me convinced that my mama was the devil. Now we're talking again. My friends you hated ain't said one word. Besides, you got better since you lost her. Swear it was like I'll be damned. I'm finally back to being who I am. When we were over, it was overnight. Light came on, it all felt right. When it all went wrong, you turned me loose. Wasn't no telling who I turned into. But it turns out me and you together's why it took so long. Cause I got better since you got gone. Oh, baby, since you got gone.
My boy got that Wolverine healing factor, don't he?
Well,
I had to say that.
I get what it's going through.
Yeah,
I know the song.
So, I mean, to be fair, we've all kind of been through something like that before. I mean, whether you're young or old, I mean, it's
Yeah.
We've all been through something like that where maybe somebody's just not good for you, but you think it is because they're making you feel like it is good for you, but they're not.
Yeah, but
But
it's
you
just
don't
sad,
realize
though.
it. Yeah, I know, but you just don't realize it until I mean you're denying yourself of how like they're not good for you, like the truth. You're denying yourself the truth that they're not good for you. So just let them go. It's just especially like say for example, like if you're young, it's kind of hard to see it that way. When you're old, and you just kind of at that point you just kind of go, whatever. Let's just keep it moving. But when you're young, it's almost like it feels like it can feel like the end of the world. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I mean, I get that. I
You
mean, I understand that it can feel like it in the world. I mean, hell, as old as we are, we both understand that,
Right.
like, more than anything.
right.
Um, but it is true, though. Like, when you sit back and think about it, like, whether it's like a friend
Yeah.
or a relationship, a marriage, whatever it may be. But it's just crazy, like that one line where he says,
Well, okay, so
about his
go.
mama, too.
Okay, so yeah. So go back, right? Let's see. Let's see. So when he says, "Besides, you got better since you lost her."
That's what his friend said.
Right. So it's let's put it the other way where he's telling the friend, but everyone around you can tell you, can tell you one thing, but for whatever reason, like you're not.
Blindsided.
Yeah, you're not letting it sink in that they are right, but you won't see that until later. You know, that's the thing. You won't see that until later, but everyone around you can tell you a million things, and you just don't want to see that at the moment. Being blinded by it.
Blinded by the light.
You're just blinded by your own feelings right now. You know what I mean? So I get it. I get the song. I like it. I like the healing factor though. That'd
Yeah,
be cool.
dude.
That'd be cool as hell if you could do that.
Let me
You
find out
just-
he got that Marvel going on.
like
the DC.
it's funny. It's funny though because if you think about it, it's one of those where it starts off in like as a horrific car crash, right? Where he's all torn up and beat up, and what is he literally doing? He's walking it off.
He's getting better.
Right. But he's walking it off. Like a lot of people will tell you, just walk it off, you'll be fine.
Oh yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I
I
mean?
didn't think about it like that.
Yeah. Like
Ah,
that's I mean
Look at
that's
you being all
well, I
sentimental.
mean, like that's how I'm viewing it. You know what I mean? Like a lot
Yeah.
of people will tell you, hey, all those wounds, what are they doing? They're healing.
Or maybe
know.
you were a wreck when you were with her.
Well, but you see though, like all his wounds are healing.
Yeah,
You
he's
know what I
getting
mean?
better.
His limping, like he's not limping anymore. All the pain is kind of leaving his body. At the more he walks, the more he travels. Like like a sign of growing. You know what I mean? Like so,
Yeah.
it can you can see it that way too. Like that car crash was a point in time in his life, and he's walking away from it, meaning he's moving away from it. You
Yeah,
know,
it makes
He's-
sense.
time is passing by, and as like obviously the further he walks away from the car crash, that's time passing. That's scars healing, and all the injuries and all the pain and all that stuff just going away, and he's focusing on himself because right now what is he doing right now? Like in the video, he's on a path by himself, and he's focusing on himself.
Yeah, he's
So,
healing.
right.
And sometimes it's funny you say that because how many times have we been as a kid where it's like, oh, just walk it off,
Right.
walk it off.
Right. All the adults will tell you, "Oh, you hurt yourself. Just walk it off. You'll be fine."
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like you're bleeding. You're bleeding. I mean, you might put a Band-Aid on it, right? You might put a Band-Aid on it, but guess what? As soon as you go and take that off, it reopens too. It can reopen.
nothing worse than an old wound.
You know what I mean? Like it can reopen. But I mean, I'm viewing the music video as him like he's literally on his own path now, because she went one way, right?
And he went the other.
After the accident, like she's all good, right? He's the one that got roughed up, right?
Yeah, she's always good.
Right. So she's walking off one way, and he's walking back, the other way, his own path. Probably maybe going back to where he started from.
Or
Because
just
sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you got to like take steps back to figure out where you went wrong to begin with, right?
was
so-
it one step forward, two steps back.
Right. So sometimes you do have to do that. sometimes you have to take, you know, a couple steps back to kind of realize, okay, like this is where I went wrong. All right, let me take this path now, you know. But yeah, the music video is pretty cool, man. Like it, you know, he's the way I'm viewing it for me, that's how I'm portraying it in my head, you know, like all the the little messages and stuff, you know.
Yeah. Which, I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that. So that's the beauty about music.
You know, so
Everybody's going to interpret it a little bit differently. And it's got us on some of that doodle quality. I was wondering why it looked a little grainy.
yeah, so that's how I'm viewing it, you know what I mean? Just him healing in his own path and just walking it off, and you know, the everything else will heal, you know, over time. So
Who would have known the right cheek could be sentimental?
I'm not being sentimental.
No,
It's
dude,
just, yeah.
it's just talking shit.
It's not exactly like being sentimental. I'm just it's just I'm not exactly sentimental. I'm more like
Understanding.
yeah, I mean I would like not exactly understanding either. Like I'm more logical about stuff. So that's the thing. I'm not exactly a sentimental person. I'm more of a logical person, so
I think we both are.
you know. But
All right.
yeah, let's carry on. I like it. I like the song actually.
Was like, I'll be damned. I'm finally back to being who I am. When we were over, it was overnight. Like came on, it all felt right. When it all went wrong, you turned me loose. Wasn't no telling who I turned into. But it turns out me and you together's why it took so long. 'Cause I got better since you got gone. Oh, baby, since you got gone. And I ain't saying you're the sleep that I lost, but I never slept this good before. I ain't saying you're the weight on my back. I'm just saying that it ain't there no more. I'll be damned. I'm finally back to being who I am. When we were over, it was overnight. Like came on, it all felt right. When it all went wrong, you turned me loose. Wasn't no telling who I turned into. But it turns out me and you together's why it took so long. 'Cause I got better since you got gone. Yeah, baby, since you got gone.
I'll be damned.
Okay, so you see that right there, that little look that he did at the end?
Yeah.
To me, I took that as, they were right. You know what I mean? To me, I took that as, well, yeah, I guess I am better.
Damn.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like one of those like, damn, they were right moments. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, when he's saying like, I'm not saying you're the, you know, you're the weight on my back or whatever, but
But
you
it
know,
ain't there no more.
Right. So sometimes like in relationships and stuff, like you don't know this, right? But like you do end up doing things and like kind of putting yourself not just second but sometimes third, you know, like, you know, taking that many, you know, taking that many places in front of you, right? To in like in a relationship and stuff. So you end up like not taking care of yourself so well, you know, because you know you have other things that you need to do, right?
Yeah.
Just so that that other person is good. But I mean, obviously, you know, nobody knows the future, so it could be one of those where you're doing all these right and good things for the other person, but turns out in the end they just weren't good for you to begin with. So it's almost like, okay, now it's time for me to get back, you know, get back to me, get back to my health, you know, taking care of me and worrying about me for a minute, you know, for a minute before I get to start worrying or putting energy into somebody else, you know. But sometimes it doesn't happen that way.
Nah, because like,
Sometimes you focus too much on being together with that other person that, you know, you just kind of like put yourself to the side just to make sure that they're good. But nobody's exactly like a fortune teller or know the future enough to know like whether or not all this work that you're putting in is gonna pay off, you know, with this person. You know, you could waste 5 years of your life, but you don't know that you wasted 5 years of your life until year 5, where that one thing happens where, you go your separate ways. That's when you start looking back like, damn, like I let myself go for 5 years. I've wasted 5 years of not doing this, or not taking this opportunity because, it would take me away from home, or, you know what I mean? So sometimes it happens, but you won't know that. Some people don't know until, they're 40 years in.
And it's too late.
But it's one of those where, it's an age thing also too, because say 40 years in, you don't know that you've wasted 40 years, but at the end, when you're at that age, you just kind of go, I didn't really waste 40 years. I just kind of,
I was just held back a little bit.
Like you just kind of move on from it, but when you're younger, it's different. When you're younger, it's different. It hurts different. You know what I mean? When you're older, it's more like you've been through so much, in your age, that it's one of those, it's just a Wednesday.
Monday.
You know what I mean? It's just another day,
Another day,
Some
another
now,
dollar.
now there are some, some people in the older range where it does hit them like that too. So I mean, there's younger people that it doesn't hurt them the same way. So I mean, it's just from person to person, but most of the times it is a young thing and an old thing, Like older people have been through some stuff, so they just kind of like, yeah, whatever, it's just a Wednesday. But for younger people, it's just like, man, I can't believe I wasted that time, but they don't know that at the time.
Yeah, but the crazier part is whenever
Even-
they wasted all that time, but then even after everything's already over, they waste even more time hung up on it.
Right. Okay, I was just about to say that. So even like I said, even they don't, even though like, yes, telling them that they've wasted 5 years of their life, right? Like for example, telling them that they've wasted that time of their life, but
I'm talking about for them to realize it.
right, but they themselves haven't caught up yet. Like they haven't caught up to that. It won't be until a certain more time passes where they're gonna look back and go, damn, I really did waste all that time, didn't I? But by that time, they've already moved on. Like by that time, it's more of one of those lessons, where not to waste that much time on something that, isn't worth it. It's
About
just
like a
one of
job
those-
too.
Right. Exactly. Like I said, I've wasted 10 years of my life, and I looked back at it and I was like, man, like I've wasted 10 years of my life, And like it wasn't until I reached the limit that I looked back and I was like, I really wasted 10 years of my life.
Yeah, but you really didn't though.
I didn't. I didn't. I did and I didn't. I wish I could have been, like, I wish I would have done more, either more, or I wish I would have realized that I may have been wasting my time sooner.
Yeah.
But you don't know that. You don't know that until
Never
you
do.
get there. Exactly. You don't know that until you get to that point. So yeah, I mean, but I like the video though. I like
Yeah.
the video. I mean, I'm probably gonna be in the minority of kind of viewing the video that way, but that's how I viewed the video.
Nah, you good. That's what we're supposed to do.
It's
It's not a breakdown channel.
I know.
It's a review / react / commentate / give our opinion on it.
Yeah, but I like the song though. I like that it was fast paced too.
Yeah, but one thing I will say is the audio quality in the video is a lot different than the audio quality of the actual song, which is kind of weird. Because to me, the music sound kind of washed out a little bit.
Well, maybe it was because of
The whole point of it, probably.
well, either that or maybe it's because of the camera that they used to record in.
I reckon.
To kind of put everything together.
Yeah.
So I don't
Well,
know. But
maybe
I liked it though.
maybe we'll get another one where it won't sound like that. But without further ado, we hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Morgan Wallen is one of my favorites. It's been one of my favorites for a while.
He's your day seeker.
I would say it's tough because between Cody and Morgan,
I know.
it really depends on my day.
Gotcha.
It's got to depend on my day.
Okay.
Because Cody, he can just put you in a damn mood, and then you're just like,
Yeah.
I'm sad.
Mm.
And then he's got other songs where it just gets you pumped.
Mm.
But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope y'all have a good night, good evening, good morning, wherever you're at. Doses.